Thank you. Distinguished Chief Guest, Dr. A.K. Balian, Managing Director, Petronet LNG Limited, and also the winner of NHRDN Lifetime Achievement Award 2014, and also the winner of Business Today Best CEO ranking that we have got in the latest issue. Our distinguished keynote speaker, Mr. Bipin Sawhney, Managing Director, JCB India Limited. Many of who have seen him, the company that really inspired, he is heading it is largely to his leadership. He had also the privilege of having him in our annual conference in Bombay, attended by 1,032 delegates. Chairman of the Japriya Group of Institutions, Mr. Saraj Japriya, Vice Chairman, Mr. Srivats Japriya, Director of the Institute, Dr. Rajiv Thakur. I see many well-wishers, beginning Dr. BBL Madhukar, Mr. KK Muthu, Mr. Rajiv Kapoor, Dr. DB Singh, Amit, Ramila ji, I think many others. Speakers, participants, invitees, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is indeed not only a privilege, but too as a pleasure to be here amongst such a distinguished personalities, both on this dais as well as the dais. And also it is a matter of further privilege to be here among one business school, that is Japriya Institute of Management, which is also among the top 50 business school of NHRDN ranking that it does every year. And its ranking over the years has been improving. In fact, I must say, I have no reason to say that the Japriya Institute of Management is the institution of the future. And soon you will see among the top 10 or 15 business schools emerging. I must congratulate Japriya Institute of Management for organizing this program on a very apt theme. In fact, I would say there could have not been a better theme than the employee engagement. Ultimately, if you look at, if you can engage employee, I think we could have really done our best taking our corporation ahead of our competitors. Having said that, the differentiator between the organization and the kind of best practices that we will be talking about, and it is the people power. And people power, if you are able to leverage gainfully for all of our stakeholders, that is perhaps the success of any corporation. Having said that, let me share with you some thoughts. I am not going to really bore you with the theory and concept, but what I am going to share with you, the National NHRD Network recently conducted an employee engagement survey with Dale Carnegie. And this survey was released in Bombay on 14th October. And this survey outcome perhaps will be, I thought, will be useful, which will give you the trends where we are heading, especially for India. The sample size of this survey was 1,500 people participated in India and globally 3,000. And this survey also tells you how employee engagement has improved in India, especially in the last few years. So therefore, I will like to share that insight because it will not be duplicate and you will get some new insight. Now, if I have to begin the presentation of, okay. Yeah. So just to take 1 second, what is employee engagement. To me, employee engagement is emotional, intellectual commitment of employees to deliver high performance. Why it is important? I don't want to reiterate. I think Mr. G.P. Rao and both Mr. Thakur has amply pointed out. Because companies which are having engaged employee outperform other companies without engaged employees. Now I'll come straight to the NHRDN Dale Carnegie survey, and this study also will tell you how India engagement vis-a-vis the global engagement, and these factors will also take you how it is very, very significant to understand this topic. What was so significant? Which are the drivers for engagement? There are three drivers: satisfaction with immediate managers, belief in senior leadership, and pride in the organization. These three things contributes towards employee engagement, and this survey has amply demonstrated. The findings on the emotional drivers, if you look at how employee from confident to empowered to enthusiastic to inspired, if you can reach to the level, you can feel the sense of ownership and commitment, and thereafter the ROI that we all talk about. The four main factors for employee engagement that exhibits: they are enthusiastic, they are empowered, they are inspired, and they are confident. This is the true definition of engaged employee. Engagement survey results, globally I would like to take you through. There are a couple of organizations who are doing this survey, and I will share with you the Blessing White, Tower Watson, Gallup, and thereafter Dale Carnegie. If you look at their findings, fully engaged employee globally, they found 31%. Tower Watson found 21%, Gallup found 19%, and Dale Carnegie found 29%. Partially engaged 52%, 41% Tower Watson, Gallup 61%, Dale Carnegie 45%. Disengaged in India especially, I will come back to you in a minute, but for globally I am talking about, it is 17% Blessing White, then Tower Watson 38%, Gallup 20%, and Dale Carnegie 26%. Now if you look at India, now in the last 1 year, the survey that was rolled out, how the outcome is, you can make out from the slide. The fully engaged in India, employees are 46%, partially engaged is 44%, disengaged is 10%, which is a very good sign as far as India is concerned. And if you look at the other Gallup, it is 19% in 2012 and 60% and 30% disengaged. And if you come back, the earlier slide I have talked about the India 2014, this survey was talking about 29% a year back. It has improved considerably. And the partially engaged 45%, there is also some improvement, and disengaged 26%, again there is an improvement. Having said that, look at how the trends goes further. If one has to look at the engagement starts with the money, there is a salary elasticity. Would you accept another job if offered 5% increase? You can make out only 3% of fully engagement employees says they will leave the job, otherwise not. Partially engaged, only 8% will change, and disengaged 21%. Would you accept another job if offered a 10% pay increase? Only 11%. If you go further, would you accept another job if offered a 50% pay increase? There is significant number improving. There is 70%. So with that, what is the outcome again here? The three emotions best describe how your immediate supervisor makes you feel. As I've already pointed out, you can make out from the slide as well: valued, confident, empowered, and connected. If you look at on the item response that I few minutes back shared with you, how would you rate your overall satisfaction with your current job? It is only 9% is a matter of concern, 52%, then 39%. How likely are you recommend a company to your friends as a place of employment? Again, you can make out easily how employee engagement is so crucial in our day-to-day management. Now, question before us is, how do we really, as HR people or someone responsible for energizing people, need to address this challenge? To me, the biggest challenge will be for any HR person to how do first they really retain the engagement of the fully engaged people. And fully engagement people is ultimately the key to benefits of everyone, and therefore we should give less importance to the people who are partially engagement and maybe thereafter who are not at all engaged. This is the category which are not at all engaged is one category. There you can take either view, either to retain them or to really make them work. But focus first on this group, keep them highly engaged. So with these inputs, since I had only 10 minutes time, I am not going to bore you further. So I just thought that this survey will give you a bird eye view what employee engagement as of now stands in India. Thank you, Linda.